Okay, today being Wednesday, August 3rd, 2022. According to reports, China is taking Taiwan right now. Now, I don't know if it's true. I don't know what's going on, but Taiwan is, I guess, surrounded. And there's something going on with China right now regarding Nancy Pelosi and threats to shoot her plane down and all this. And now, when Russia invaded Ukraine, somebody sent me a message on YouTube saying, "Aren't you worried this is the sign that you need that World War III is going to..." I said, no. I said, don't worry about it because Russia doesn't start nuclear war. It's China. But now, and if nuclear war happens September, I'm not going to say the day. I'm going to tell you during the full moon phase of the moon, okay? Then this means that the final 7-year period started September 2015, and ends September 2022. And the final 3.5 years, and so after this nuclear strike, there's going to be 3.5 years. All humanity has just 3.5 years left. And the two witnesses are going to step on the scene in the chaos of the destruction of the nuclear strike. But this video is about, now you've heard the false teachers at the end of the age that teach that the rapture happens in Revelation chapter 4, and that the 24, and they say the 24 elders represent the church because that's their proof that the rapture happens in Revelation 4. But it doesn't happen in chapter 4. It happens in chapter 7, verse 9. Okay? And I can prove that from the scriptures, but the point is, the prophecy teachers at the end of the age will tell you that the rider on the white horse of Revelation 6:1 is the Antichrist. These people are adding to the book of Revelation. And according to Revelation 22:18, it says anybody who adds to the words of the prophecy of this book, God will add to them the plagues described in this book. So, looks like I got a... Oh no, I thought that was a... Okay, so what that means is anybody who teaches that the 24 elders represent the church, you're adding to the book of Revelation, and they're also subtracting from the book of Revelation because they don't mention that Jesus said the lampstands represent the church. Revelation 1:20. So they omit the truth, and then they add their own ideas. They say that the rider on the white horse of Revelation 6:1 is the Antichrist. I don't know how the Antichrist is summoned into the throne room of God by one of the 4 living creatures and receives a crown in the throne room of God. Doesn't make any sense to me. That's an angel of God, Revelation 6:1. So they add to the book of Revelation by teaching that the rider on the white horse is the Antichrist. Now, if you've watched my videos, you've already heard me say this. But who is the prophet of Revelation 13:11, where it says in Revelation 19:20, it says the beast was captured and with it the false prophet. Well, the scholars will tell you that the Antichrist is the beast. Well, the Antichrist is not the beast because the beast has 7 heads and 10 horns. And the 10 horns you saw are 10 kings. So the beast is an alliance or a collective body that includes the enormous red dragon, the bear, and the leopard. The leopard being Islam. Why? Because it's spotted. The bear being Russia, obviously, and the enormous red dragon being China. Okay, and then the Bible talks about Israel. Well, when the Bible in the book of Revelation says Israel, or when we talk about Israel, are we talking about the son of Isaac? Or are we talking about the nation of Israel? Well, when we talk about the nation of Israel, when we say Israel, we're referring to the collective body of the nation of Israel and the Jews collectively worldwide, right? That's what Israel is. When we talk about the bride, we're not talking about one person who's the bride. We're talking about the collective body of Christianity, okay? When we talk about Jesus Christ and the body of Christ, we're talking about the collective body of Christ. We're not talking about... You understand what I'm saying? If somebody says the bride, you're not talking about one person. You're talking about a collective group of people. If you talk about Israel, you're not talking about one person. You're talking about a collective group of people. And the Bible talks in these terms, same terms. What I'm telling you is the false prophet is Muhammad, And when it refers to the false prophet in the book of Revelation, it's referring to the collective body of Islam. So in the book of Revelation, wherever you see the leopard, that's referring to the collective body of Islam. Whenever you see the enormous red dragon or the dragon, especially in chapter 12 and 13, it's referring to China and the collective body. Chinese Communist Party would be included, and China, Chinese military, etc. When it talks about come out of her, my people, and it talks about the whore on the beast, that whore is a collective group of people. It's a collective body. When it talks about Babylon the Great, it's talking about the United Kingdom, the eagle and the lion. Okay, so when it talks about the false prophet, it's talking about Muhammad and the collective body of Islam. When it talks about the beast at the very end, so the beast starts out at 7 heads and 10 horns, but eventually takes over the whole world. So at the very end of the age, the beast actually represents all the inhabitants of the earth and everyone who has taken the mark. Okay, but before the mark of the beast is referred to as the enormous red dragon with 7 heads and 10 horns. It has feet of a bear. That's Russia. That's Russia and China. It resembles a leopard. That means it's spotted. It has all that Islamic factions all over it. And then it has the mouth of a lion, which means it'll be speaking English. There will be part of the government of the Antichrist that speaks English. So we got to separate. The beast represents a government. The Antichrist is a man, and one of the horns, it could be the 11th horn that rises up from the book of Daniel, and 3 of the horns fall before it. Okay, that could be the Antichrist. Okay, but what I'm trying to tell you is in Revelation 13, I saw another beast rising out of the earth. It had 2 horns like a lamb, but it spoke like a dragon. That is Islam, and that means that there's going to be 2 major leaders who are Islamic, who are part of the beast, because the horns, remember, horns represent an individual. It like a lamb, so it tries to be like Christianity, but it speaks like a dragon, it speaks lies. That's Islam. So Revelation 13:11 refers to Islam, a collective body of Islam. Okay? Then Revelation 16, I saw coming out of the mouth of the dragon and out of the mouth of the beast and out of the mouth of the false prophet 3 unclean spirits like frogs. Okay, the Lord showed me that this represents the inhabitants of the earth, the mouth of the, China, the mouth of the dragon, mouth of the beast, which means a collective body of a kind of a multiple group of people, and then the mouth of the false prophet, which means a group of unclean spirits, which are Islamic. Okay, now this frog, that frog in the context, I believe it's the 6th seal or the 6th trumpet, which is the same as the 6th seal. The 6th trumpet and the 6th bowl of God's wrath. If it's in chapter 16, the 6th bowl of God's wrath. And these frogs, okay, these are amphibious landing craft, amphibious vehicles that come up onto the shore and they open their mouth and people come out, okay? And those people are evil spirits who are, and remember, Jesus referred to Judas as a devil. He didn't say you have a devil. He didn't say you're like a devil. He said one of you is a devil. Okay? So what I'm saying is there's going to be amphibious landing craft who come up onto the shores, and out of the mouth of them will come people from the beast, people from China, and people from Islam. Okay? And then it says, the beast was captured, and the false prophet who in its presence had done the signs by which he deceived those who had received the mark of the beast, those who worshipped his image. This is, again, it's a collective body of people. So what I'm saying is, the so-called scholars tell you that the Antichrist is going to step on the scene and he's going to have a prophet with him who's his spiritual guru. I don't think that's going to happen. That false prophet represents Islam in the book of Revelation. And you're going to find out that everything I said is going to come to pass. China starts nuclear war. Nuclear war probably going to happen in September. around it definitely happens during a full moon, because in Revelation chapter 6 verse 12 it says the whole moon turned red. Like so when nuclear war happens, and if you get the phases of the moon, you'll see, if you look at like September phases of the moon, and then what is this, August, September, let's look at August, moon phases, boom. So let's see when the August 2020. No, I don't need August 2022. So here we got on the 12th, just a few days from now. Oh my God. No, I don't think it's going to happen on the 12th. But that's 10 days. And if you look at the heating up, maybe it does happen August 12th. Because you want to check out the phases of the moon, you guys. Because the Bible says that the whole moon turned red and the stars fell from the sky and the skies rolled up like a scroll while everybody's hiding in the dens of the rocks and the caves of the mountains. And in a different verse it says the enormous red dragon sends stars from the sky to the earth. Okay? So it happens during a full moon. Just a heads up on that. So we got August 12th, 2022 and September 10th. Maybe November. Maybe it'll happen in November. I don't know. I personally don't know. I'm just speculating. But I do know that the false prophet of Revelation is the collective body of Islam.